I feel like everyone should be free to behave any certain way, and we should not assume their gender through their actions or the wardrobe or who they choose to date. I'm a father of an 8-year-old, a boy. I take care of him every other weekend and every Tuesday. When we first brought our son home, I was the first one to respond to his crying. I was the first one to identify his needs, whether he needs to be fed, changed, etc. I noticed that when people see a female taking care of a offspring or youth of any kind, it's so accepted in our society. It's almost like looked past because she's supposed to be doing that. Whereas when I go out with my son and people are like, "Oh, that's your son?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Good for you, way to go, wait, you're awesome for being there for your son." I'm like, well, every parent should be congratulated for being there for the child, not just men. I think it's ludicrous to think that either gender should change diapers. If there is a baby who is soiled, even if it's not my baby, and I will be there to help that baby be clean, because I'm sure no baby wants to be dirty. And if the mother's not around, I'm not going to wait for the mother to come back to change them. I'm going to help that baby clean itself. I kind of identify as transgender, and I'm still looking into that, but the way that I look at it is as the root word of trans, meaning beyond. So beyond gender. I mean, I just do me. I express myself in the way that I feel like I express myself in that moment. And in the moment that I'm choosing to, express myself, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to do this because that's what girls do, or I'm going to do this because that's what boys do. I'm just doing what comes to mind. And sometimes it may be a hair flip, and sometimes it may be sitting with my legs wide open. This idea of not conforming doesn't necessarily sit well for me because I don't like to think about it that way. I just like to think about it as I'm being myself. Because before I just exhibited any behaviors that I wanted to. Now I'm always thinking, oh my god, I'm going against my gender, or I'm not conforming to the gender binary. I don't want to think those things. I just want to be able to be myself and do whatever I please whenever I want to. My stepfather, growing up, he predominantly cared for my 2 younger brothers, who are my half brothers. He served as a big role model for me on how to care for little ones. He's very attentive, very caring, and he takes that time to just be with the child. He takes time out of adulthood to get back to his roots as an infant and identify with them. When his sister comes over, or when he's with his sister, he plays with her, he's attentive to her needs, her wants, and he'll be patient with her, and he'll take time. And he has a sense of awareness for other children around him that is very beautiful to see. And I like to think that he takes after me and other, role models and who are parents in his life as well.